to the Trauma Treatment Collective vlog. I am excited to be with you. My name is Nina Keeler. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and today we're going to be talking about how to increase your confidence when you are treating trauma. So, a lot of times when I am working with clinicians and helping them to grow their skills in trauma, I always get the question or the concern around, I'm nervous about, starting to work with someone. Do I have the skills? A lot of imposter syndrome stuff starts to come up in people when thinking about treating trauma. I'm not quite sure why, but that's just something that happens. So I want to talk today a little bit about how to increase your confidence. The number one thing I can share with you to increase your confidence in your trauma treatment skills is to invest in your skill development. So that means taking seminars, courses, webinars, certification trainings, whatever you have to do to grow your trauma treatment skills. You definitely want to invest in yourself. You definitely want to take the time to figure out what it is that you want to specialize in and what skills you want to develop when it comes to trauma, because the selection of trauma treatment courses and things like that are just, it's huge. So really starting to narrow down with what you want to focus in on, what type of trauma you want to treat, what ways you want to treat it will help you to figure out what you want to, what courses and things of that nature that you want to invest in. But I definitely think that's the number one way to increase your confidence. If you feel like you have what you need in your tool belt, then you're not as afraid or nervous about actually getting in and starting to work with clients. The second thing I want you to think about is remembering relationship is the foundation to trauma treatment. Having someone to feel safe and secure with you is the number one thing that you can do to help your clients develop and grow in their treatment process. So I think it's really important to just remember that being in the room, listening to their stories, allowing them to have a place that they feel safe to talk about things that are coming up and talk about ways that maybe trauma responses are showing up in their life is the number one foundation to trauma treatment. Now, that's of course not the only thing you need to know when treating trauma, because a lot of times what we do is we allow clients just to talk about their trauma, and that's not really processing trauma. So that's not the only thing you need to know, but it is a foundational piece. Is relationship is the number one thing. If we don't feel like we can be in a room with a client or connect with a client, then that's a problem. You need to kind of focus on that. But if you have that piece, then that's kind of you're already on a good track. And then if you also do number one, which is basically getting those skills and investing in those skills, then you have what you need next. So those two are the things that I would recommend. The third and final thing I would recommend is to basically think about being around people who encourage you, people who encourage you to grow, encourage you to develop, but also encourage you in a way that lets you know that you are growing and you are developing. So when people see, hey, you seem to really be confident in the way that you are handling this situation or handling that situation, or being around other professionals. Our field is very isolating because we can't talk about our clients. We can't share anything about what we're doing in session. We can't really come home and talk to our spouses or our significant others about, or our friends or our family or whoever about what we're doing. So it's not like someone's gonna be like, oh man, you really did that, or you really, crushed that, or you really did really well in that. They're not gonna be able to do that. So it's important to have other professionals and be in groups and consultation groups and being around other professionals that will be able to see your skills. Maybe you're not talking specifically about what you're doing to the client, but maybe someone has something that they say that they're struggling with, or they need more resources on this, resources on that, or ways to handle this situation or that situation, and you're able to give those. And so then by you being able to give those solutions to people, other people are able to see your skill set growing and developing. And when we are validated, I think, in our skill set, and people see the growth and the development, I think then that really helps us to have confidence as well. So I just want to throw those three things out because I think those are three things that are really important. Number one, invest in your skills. Number two, remember relationship is the foundation to trauma treatment. And number three, make sure you get around people who are going to encourage you and validate your skill set and the growth that they see in you. So I hope that's helpful for today. I definitely want you to consider these 3 things and think about these 3 things and see how you can incorporate them into your journey as you are treating trauma. You don't have to be someone who's specializing in trauma. You could be someone who specializes in something else but just wants to grow your skills in trauma treatment. And these are great things that you can think about. So have a great day. I look forward to talking to you next week. Take care.